With a mission to deliver fiscally responsible, highly dependable services to the citizens of our community and the region. With integrity and professionalism, this is the City of Albany Commission Meeting with Mayor Bo Duro, John Howard, Ward 1, Mayor Pro Tem Matt Fuller, Ward 2, BJ Fletcher, Ward 3, Chad Warbington, Ward 4, Bob Langstaff, Ward 5, Demetrius Young, Ward 6, with Interim City Manager Stephen Carter, City Clerk Sonia Tolbert, and City Attorney Nathan Davis. This is the City of Albany Commission Meeting.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this special call meeting. Today is August 12th, 2021. Ms. Kelly, would you read the call, please, ma'am?
Dear Mayor and Commissioners, there will be a special call meeting, virtual meeting and in person, on Wednesday, August 11, 2021 at 2 p.m. in Room 100 of the Government Center building located at 222 Pine Avenue, Albany, Georgia. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss and or approve the following. 1, a resolution authorizing execution of a power purchase contract between the City of Albany and the Municipal Electric Authority of Georgia, the pledge of the full faith and credit of the City of Albany to secure its payment obligations thereunder and for such other purposes. 2, an ordinance approving a renewable energy customer agreement tariff number 1 and associated form customer agreement, approving updates to standard city utility terms and conditions regarding Walmart. Sincerely, Stephen Carter, Interim City Manager, and Mayor Duro signed, and everyone was notified via email.
Ms. Kelly, could we call the roll, please, ma'am?
Ward 1.
Here.
Ward 2.
Here.
Ward 3.
Here.
Ward 4.
Ward 4 is here.
Ward 5.
Here.
Ward 6.
Here.
Mayor.
Mayor is here. And I think Mr. Stock is going to speak on this item. Is that correct, Mr. Stock?
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. I guess I'd like to thank Mr. Carter for being the one to have presented these items in the previous meeting, and I think we're just here for questions.
Okay. With that, any questions? Commissioner Howard.
Mr. Stockton to Mr. Carter. For those that may not be informed or enlightened as our constituent, can I ask you a few questions and you can walk us through this?
Yes, sir.
My first question is that this is a solar farm that is located in Wilcox County, Rochelle, Georgia. And to educate the public, this is no hookup like to a Trump line or whatever. And the second question is that Walmart, is it fair to say that they will get a tax credit in the years to come?
Yeah. So Walmart will not receive a tax. Can I start with that part? Walmart will not receive a tax credit for this project. And to the first one, yes, I believe you're accurate as to where the project is located. It does connect to a MEAG power line.
Okay. And as the commissioners that we will be receiving, is it $9,800 per year?
Yes, sir. That is the way the service fee is calculated.
Okay. And the final question is that there is an opt-out clause for the last 5 years of this agreement, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay. And that would be what, 20?
The term for the city's power purchase agreement with MEAG Power is 20 years, and the term for the agreement between the city and Walmart is 15 years with a 5-year extension.
Okay. You said 15 years for the city, right?
Between the city and Walmart.
Okay.
And there's a kind of an automatic 5-year extension if they don't opt out.
Okay. That's it, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Starr.
Thanks, sir.
Any questions? Mayor Pro Tem.
No questions.
Commissioner Fletcher.
No question.
Commissioner Worthington.
Yeah, Mr. Stott, so this weekend, I did go to a MEAG reception, and there was a good bit of discussion just about the portfolio of MEAG in general, and then obviously, you know, we have a portfolio as a city of Albany, but just in general, is the direction of MEAG and even the direction of the industry continues to go more towards solar and less towards coal? Is that your understanding of both the industry and where MEAG is going and where us as a city is going?
Yes, sir, I would agree that that's absolutely correct. That's my understanding as well.
Okay. In my understanding, you know, from MEAG, and again, this is for public knowledge of whoever's listening, MEAG is actually in a really good position when you think of the future, when you think of solar, and even our coal assets are going to continue to go offline, you know, relatively in the future. And, you know, albeit this is a really small part of our portfolio, this does move Albany in a direction of continuing to be what they call non-emitting energy sources. And so, is that correct? And I just want to make sure y'all are in line with the way I'm phrasing it.
Yeah, no, sir, you're stating it correctly. Thank you.
Okay. And then the other question I would have is, my understanding is there's 29 other cities that are just like us. Some might have one Walmart, some might have two. I mean, we have two that will be served, but is it your understanding that that's the number? And, I mean, have you heard any negativity or any unfavorable comments from the other 28 or 29?
No, sir, that is the number that I have heard that are potentially involved in the project, and I have not heard any negative statements from any of those participants.
Okay. And I would echo that even at the municipal conference this weekend, there were a few MEAG cities that I talked to, and I think this is going to be looked upon favorably at other cities as well. So that's all I got, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Langstaff?
Nothing further.
Commissioner Young?
Yes, sir. I just saw Attorney Davis walk back in the room. Attorney Davis, could you kind of give us an opinion or your expert opinion on what this deal is going to mean contractually for the city, since it is such a long-term deal, and what may be the pluses or negatives contractually? We know that with MEAG, we signed some long-term agreements that, of course, right now we're still dealing with as a city in terms of an increased burden on our ratepayers because of that long-term commitment. But could you kind of opine about this contract in specific?
Yes, sir. Thank you for that question. The genesis for this, of course, is the Project One Power Sales Contract. If you'll look at section 404, I believe it is, and it's referred to, yes, it is on page 4 of this agenda package. You have the opportunities to obtain other sources of power, and so that's the beginning of this. And then the other important parts of it are that it is as boilerplate as the other MEAG agreements. The language about full faith and credit, your agreement with MEAG allows them, if there's a default, to actually go to Superior Court and get an order for payment, and that would apply to this contract. Applies to the ones already in place. From what I've seen, they've put in as many safeguards as possible with the, I'll say the term of it, from my looking at it, even if Walmart opts out, which I don't think is probable at all, but even if Walmart opts out, I think there's enough language in here where they would still have to pay for that five-year gap, I'll call it. So I don't see y'all taking on any additional burdens at all. I think the agreement is in as good a shape as it could be in. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all.
Okay, would any member of the commission like to offer the ordinance?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I offer the ordinance and ask for unanimous consent, second reading, act for its adoption.
Is there a second?
I'll second it, Ward 4.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Commissioner Howard?
No further discussion.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Nothing further?
Commissioner Fletcher?
No discussion.
Commissioner Worthington?
Nothing further.
Commissioner Langstaff?
Nothing further.
Commissioner Young?
Nothing further other than to say that I think it does behove us as a board to make sure we're looking at these contracts in terms of our positioning as a city. MEAG has their interest. Walmart has that interest. And we also have an interest as a board, and that's to our ratepayers and our citizens here in Albany. So I'll just, remind us to take that in consideration. We get approached with good deals and what seems like a great plan all the time, but as we've seen with other great deals, we've kind of put our citizens at a little bit more burden, when it comes to the effects over time. So just trying to remind everybody we have long-term effects to these decisions that we make. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Ms. Kelly, can we call the question?
Ward 1,
Yes.
Ward 2,
Yes.
Ward 3,
Yes.
Ward 4,
Yes.
Ward 5,
Yes.
Ward 6,
Yes.
Mayor.
No. And the ordinance passes. Is there any further business? Commissioner Howard?
Mr. Carter, how you doing this afternoon? Since we got a meeting next Tuesday, right? Let me see how can I paraphrase this. Is it possible that based on what happened this weekend while the commissioners and the mayor was out of town, is it possible that we can have public safety officers to come to the meeting and to talk about some of these issues that are taking place in the community?
Is there something specific that you want to address, sir?
Well, about one thing is about the shooting that took place, and another one is about it was on different news outlet about the individuals riding these dirt bikes in the community, in the community downtown and in the neighborhood.
As far as the shooting is concerned, there's an ongoing investigation on that. We can comment as much as we can on that. And about the dirt bikes, I'll talk to the chief and he can bring you some information on that.
Okay, and we can also probably need to invite the gang task force. What I'm concerned about is that because we are always live and on Facebook and things of that nature, if we just could have one of those departments officers just after the meeting just talk with 2 or 3 of us at a time, but we nobody have a quorum to ask some hardcore questions.
So you don't want them to address the commission? You want them to address you separately, is what I'm hearing?
Well, there are some issues that we certainly need for public safety officers to address. He can address us, but I think that to ask some hardcore questions, we probably, if we can do it in a series of like 2 to 3 commissioners at a time.
So would you like us to schedule something separately?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Right.
then we'll do that.
That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem, any other business?
No other business.
Commissioner Fletcher?
No business.
Commissioner Warburton?
Yeah, no other business.
Commissioner Langstaff?
No other business.
Commissioner Young?
Nothing further.
Okay. Items for the next agenda. Commissioner Howard?
No other item.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't have the mic on.
Okay. I apologize. Let me go around the table here. It appears that a resolution must be enacted in conjunction with this ordinance. Is that correct, Mr. Davis?
The ordinance deals with the tariff itself, which must be posted for everybody in the utility business, I'll say. And then, of course, the resolution is what I was responding to and talking with Commissioner Young. That's the actual contract with MEAG. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me finish this. Mayor Pro Tem, any items for the next agenda?
Nothing at this time.
Commissioner Fletcher?
Nothing new.
Commissioner Warmington?
Nothing new.
Commissioner Langstaff?
Nothing new.
Commissioner Young?
Yes, sir. Just one item, and I don't know if it's for the next meeting or maybe can be done at the regular meeting, but as the conversation that you and I had, Mr. Mayor, this month is Black Business Month, and I talked to the mayor about recognizing a couple of long-term minority businesses with a proclamation who have been in continuous business for over 50 years, and we're drawing up that language, and I would like to have that placed on the agenda. I know we're going to be kind of packed, but maybe if it could be done previous to the regular meeting or prior to the regular meeting or at the work session, either way it works. And we're putting that language together as we speak, Mr. City Manager. So could that get added as well?
Yes. Now, I want to apologize to the commission. We didn't pass this resolution, which is the second phase of entering in this contract. Would that be a proper way to say it, Mr. Davis? Yes. So the chair would entertain if any member of the commission would like to offer the resolution.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I offer the resolution, ask for its adoption.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Ward four.
Okay. Motion is second. Any discussion? Commissioner Howard?
No further discussion.
Mayor Pro Tem?
No further discussion.
Commissioner Fletcher?
No discussion.
Commissioner Warburton?
No discussion.
Commissioner Young?
No discussion.
Commissioner Langstaff?
No discussion.
Okay, can we call the roll, Ms. Kelly?
Ward 1?
Yes.
Ward 2?
Yes.
Ward 3?
Yes.
Ward 4?
Yes.
Ward 5?
Yes.
Ward 6? Ward 6?
Yes.
Mayor?
Mayor votes no, the resolution passes. And with that, this meeting will be adjourned. Thank you.